FBI warning. Federal law provides severe civil and criminal penalties for the unauthorized reproduction, distribution, or exhibition of copyrighted motion picture tapes and video.
His days are a frenetic ballet of petty crimes and whimsical intoxication, a harmonious composition of chaos conducted with heedless abandon. Like a modern-day alchemist, he transmutes the base metal of his afflictions into a golden masterpiece of artistic expression, his canvas a mirror reflecting the fractured kaleidoscope of the human condition.
I was in New York for 1 hour before I came in contact with the NYPD. I was breaking up the weed for a third joint when we got pulled over in Brooklyn. Started to eat the handful of weed as soon as I saw the lights. I was still spitting weed out of my teeth when the officer arrived at my window. He wrote me a ticket for not wearing my seatbelt and then left.
I ended up sharing a basement apartment in Bushwick with a friend of mine. Rent was $150 a month, but we didn't have a bathroom or running water, but we had heat and electricity. We would DJ until 4 or 5 in the morning every night. He would spend his money on heroin. I would spend mine on egg and cheese and coffee. One night he was nodding off on dope, and he dropped his Metro card. I was keeping an eye on him, as I always did. I leaned down and noticed a camera bag. So I quickly scooped it up and we took it back to the apartment, plugged it into the TV, and it had a videotape of who I'm assuming is the owner masturbating. So we took that camera all over the Lower East Side in Brooklyn and filmed a few things. Mike walked me into the kitchen.
Watch this lefty right here. Oh, you got it?
There was a young French graffiti writer sleeping on an air mattress.
Look at his face.
Mike then kicked the mattress and said, "It's moving day. Time to get the fuck out. And I want my $60.
Did he disagree? You getting punched in the face? Get the money. Give him all the fucking money. What was he again? Getting punched in the face? Well, then give me that. Curtis, did he not right getting punched in the face? These guys are my favorite. Right there. They don't, nothing happened. I want to hear what the other guy's saying. They can't hear with serious attitude. Sorry. Am I lying? They came in here like crazy fucking hell. They were in here crazy. Can you turn off everything here?
Well, I'm saying to you, like,
Can you just please come down?
right now,
I need to make a call.
where there's damage to the vehicle, and they're saying that it's going to be good. So that you phone them, you're going to call the charges, figure everything out. You have to just come down to
Kurt, please come down. Jesus Christ, I don't know if I can follow this out the window.
The Trifle Tower, baby. Dude.
Told me, "I don't know what you think you got yourself into, but one of the roommates here has been skimming ATMs. And it's not a matter of if, but when. The feds are gonna kick the door in." About a month later, they came with a crowbar and a few undercover NYPD and a search warrant and cracked the door open. local construction workers in Bushwick trying to fucking grab me and hold me until the cops came, but I just basically wiggled out of my fucking clothes. Lost my hat, lost my jacket, lost my glasses. Fucking just ran off bare-chested into the fucking night, got away from them. But
Like always, fuck the fuck up. Like always, WJMZ, motherfucking radio. We does this shit all day, every day, in front of everything. How they say it's just weed. Only real niggas do real shit.
We got Brooklyn down here. Okay. This little area over here, Flatlands and Lawson and shit like that. It's not for everybody. Over here, kind of for everybody. That's all big ridge and shit like that. That's the Bronx. This is Manhattan. Certain parts of Manhattan, it's okay to fuck with, like down here. You can fuck with over here. When you start going up over here, uptown, you get to the hundreds and you hit the Bronx, that's that shit you don't want to be around. A lot of shit go down over there. Queens, you can go over there. It's not a lot of crime and crazy shit happening and all that. Nassau County is a good area too. But fuck that. You need to stay away from the goddamn Bronx. That shit is bad as a motherfucker, man.
You couldn't walk the streets out here. You couldn't do certain things that you doing now. You couldn't do it. Niggas can't get that. Niggas can't get that. That's
Time on their hands,
that's
bro.
a statement right
You,
there, man.
you think I'm dragging that shit up in the crib?
Fuck you get that.
That thing is 200 pounds. He dragged it up
Let me
here.
tell you
What the
something.
fuck?
Cause the minute this motherfucker right here don't exist no more, you gonna be a millionaire. Be available and don't exist, you are a millionaire. I'm glad he said Jada kicked him. That this energy, I love everything about him.
I'm not white at all, so I don't know about that shit. Nah, I'm from Florida.
there's always one of those. A brown one? In every fucking flock.
Yeah, so see, I don't smoke regular, I smoke this. See it?
Ooh, wait, where do I get it?
The guy, I don't see him. I have to just buy this for $10.
Yeah, that's $10? Yeah, okay. Well, when I see him,
That's not the regular, that's, you know what this is.
I don't smoke the regular.
Disenfranchised hipster attitude.
Yeah, I've heard of them, but I do have something. This is from Moon Puppy. native New Yorker all my life and stuff like that. Right, we outside in the night. That's where I got my name from, because it feels like a blanket and it puts itself around me. And even like on the coldest days when the sun is out, to me and stuff like that, it's beautiful, and you think of flowers and springtime and stuff like that. You think of holding hands and walking through the park or something like that. But the nighttime, I think, has a certain amount of romance when you look up at a window and see the soft lighting, and you imagine someone baking, or maybe a warm glass of scotch or something like that, And people are rigorous, they're looking to have a nice time. Maybe they want to shoot in the bar and stuff like that. And you're thinking about like warm cider or apple pie or cheeseburgers and french fries and stuff like that. But to me, being in the city and stuff like that at nighttime, just hanging out with your friends, I guess perhaps because there's a certain amount of not naughtiness, but like a scary movie, you know what I'm saying? Something like that too.
Yeah, there's an element of danger.
There's that, but and nobody wants pain, you dig?
Yeah.
But just a little bit to shake that partner up, to shake that person up and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? And you stand a little closer, whether it's your cousins and you go on to hang out, or your homeboys, or one of these beautiful ladies out here, or anything, you know what I'm saying? And we all aspire to something, whether it's writing, reading, or just talking shit. Live, you heard?
Winter. Well after midnight. I get on the subway with Eddie somewhere in Manhattan. When the door opens, I can smell weed so strong that I thought someone was smoking in the car. There's a nerdy-ass white boy to the left and two Spanish dudes on the right. Eddie and I look left, look right, and then look at each other. Eddie says, "Damn, smells like weed." I said, "Yeah, who got it?" Instantly the nerd speaks up. It was those two. Eddie looks at me, and then looks over at the nerd and says, "You snitch-ass motherfucker, we could have been the police." Me, Eddie, and the Spanish dudes burst into laughter. We'd sat next to them the rest of the ride, and heckled the white boy. They asked us if we wanted to smoke, so we got off in Myrtle Broadway, and we smoked with them on the platform. I had a great time that winter, DJing in the Lower East Side in Brooklyn, but I decided to take my ass back to San Francisco in the spring. We had wheat cookies and whiskey for breakfast, and decided to have Long Island iced teas for lunch. On our way back to her apartment, I spotted a large bag of powders on the sidewalk. And I said, "Hey, look, someone dropped their drugs." She laughed and said, "That's laundry detergent or something." And I said, "No one puts powders for laundry in a bag with stars and sparkles on it." She quickly scooped it up and put it in her purse. And when we got back to her apartment, she broke the shit up on a large mirror. And I was the first one to take a sniff. It was like a fucking transformer blew in my brain. That's what these sidewalk drugs felt like. Boom. We finished the bag. We laughed like fucking idiots for hours. I remember being really sweaty and horny for like a week after that. The waitress had thrown me out for the umpteenth time. I didn't have anywhere to go. Asked me a simple question. You want to have a place to live? Or do you want to have a bunch of money? 7 friends. That's all you need. 7 friends with a day off, 1 day a week. You don't have a place to lose. One of my regular crash spots was the Jesse Inn, a crab fishing vessel. It was docked on Hyde Street Pier. different in the air that day. An unbridled sense of calamity. It followed me around all morning. My bus ride was particularly odd.
Brian is crazy. He's chasing him with us. Oh my gosh. Did he hit him?
Yeah, he's bare ass.
Oh, there we go, guys.
Back up, because it's on.
Really get your girl.
This guy came up to my boss, and by the time they made eye contact, they were already fighting. And the aggressor took his belt off. My boss replied with, "Oh, you want to go belts, bitch?" And he chased him out to the middle of Columbus, swinging his belt at him. He almost got hit by the 30 Stockton. I didn't have a job. I was living at a hotel on Broadway. I would sleep till dusk, go to Vietnam for a number 4 sandwich, then I'd sit at my favorite bar, sell 20 bags, and drink and do bumps till I blacked out. Then I'd do it all over again. Those North Beach days turn into Broadway nights. You find yourself out at 2 in the morning with a pack of wild strippers riding office chairs down the hills.
You gotta control it. Don't put your feet up. Don't put your feet up. Control it. He's gonna fall. He's gonna fall.
Me and Eddie were in the Tenderloin, doing nose beers and drinking whiskey at some Irish bar. We went into the bathroom to do a bump, but there was a dude in there. Looked like he could be a square. Eddie and I hovered over the urinals waiting for him to leave, because we didn't come in here to pee. The other dude walked over to the sink, washed his hands, and sniffed a big fat key bump. Eddie and I busted up laughing, and the 3 of us passed the 2 bags around and had a laugh. The other dude left. Eddie and I stayed in the bathroom to do a few more. Suddenly the door swings open and a large man walked in with a huge smile and said, "Fellas." We laughed again. The other dude told this dude what happened. They made the handoff, and he came in to join us. On our way out of the bathroom, I saw a huge boulder of cocaine fall out of the large man's nose. It fell to the floor of the bathroom. The bathroom floor of a bar. The bathroom floor of a bar in the Tenderloin. Eddie saw the boulder too. Without thinking, Eddie wiped his fingers across it and rubbed it all over his gums. He looked me right in the eye and said, "Don't ever tell anyone about this."
I ain't gotta say no motherfucking words. This right here is a motherfucking happier than pig and shit motherfucking shapeshifter reptile. Look at that motherfucker. Watch him as he watch how some nigga smoke. The nigga don't even smoke when he smoke. Telltale sign of motherfucking shapeshifter reptile. The nigga got 3 teeth, shades on at the nighttime, red bandana, long ass hair, and smoke 99-cent cigarette. The nigga is a motherfucking shapeshifting motherfucking. What you see? Reptilian.
Why don't you give me like a real house shot, dude?
Yeah, hell yeah.
I gotta fucking look, I gotta fucking... From here to fucking fucking Underwood.
Underwood.
And that's fucking top? That's double route.
Yeah. No, quite a while.
Hey, Millhouse.
Yo.
Are your hands full?
I feel like that line is super dominant to all the others though. Oh man, it looks so gross. Spray it? Alright, yeah. You should do a little bit more down the arm. Just like that one, like...
Oh, this one?
Yeah, the one that's connected to the neck.
Okay, yeah.
Just like, don't do any bolder, but just like go down a
Yeah.
But yeah, that's looking sweet.
Thank you.
Started to get sick. My throat swelled up. And I would sweat a lot. Get really cold because I was covered in sweat. I took a couple nights off of the powders to see if I would bounce back, but I was just getting worse. After a few days, I went down to the bar to try and kill it with whiskey. The door guy noticed my discomfort and examined my throat with his flashlight. He said I needed to go to the hospital. Then Geary came in and gave me painkillers and some coke to numb my throat. So I figured I would get fucked up all night and go to the hospital when the bars closed, since there was nothing else to do. As soon as the nurse put the heart meter on my finger, she told me I needed to go to the back. The doctor came in and said, "Hey, your heart rate is a little high. Did you do any illegal drugs tonight?" I said, "Oh, you're a doctor, so I can tell you stuff that you can't tell anyone else." "Yeah, that's right." "Alright, close the door." The doc closes the door. "Did you take any illegal drugs tonight?" "No, I didn't." The people with the funny hats and noisemakers have all gone home. This may finally be the year we come face to face with ourselves and this American pipe dream. Like a broken Coca-Cola bottle scattered across some godforsaken sidewalk. Shards of glass reflecting nothing but cheap fluorescent light and the dead eyes of losers who thought they were going to make it. You try to reassemble the pieces, but they don't fit. Just like everything else in this rigged carnival we call opportunity, glue, hope, and bullshit can't make a whole bottle of broken promises. Can't reconstruct the slick advertising that sold us all this magnificent lie. Workers grinding themselves to dust. Dreamers choking on exhaust and minimum wage. All of us picking up the fragments of something that was never real to begin with. The glass cuts your fingers as you try to hold on to it. The dream, the bottle, the myth. And all you're left with is another bleeding hand. Born and raised, simple enough a gambler. The true gambler. Losing, losing, losing. The gambler ran his own route, and the romance of the road ran out. But there is a gambler in the blood of every American, and playing for keeps is our national anthem. It's been 5 years. The cops haven't come any closer to figuring out who did it. They probably haven't even tried. The day I got back to New York, they told me that Sexer had done it. I find that all too convenient. If I had killed someone under the same circumstance, I would have blamed it on the dead guy. But from what I know about the guy, it's totally plausible.
How about New York? Well, there are certain sections of New York, Major, that I wouldn't advise you to try to invade.
4, 5, 6 and make them scram like mice. 4, 5, 6 and make them scram like mice. 4, 5, 6 and make them scram like mice. Damn it, Curtis, nice. 4, 5, 6 and make them scram like mice. 4, 5, 6 and make them scram like mice. 4, 5, 6 and make them scram like mice. Damn it, Curtis, nice. I've been in a knife fight. What it look like? I hit him with the right. I come through swinging. That's how it is. I'm a motherfucking demon. On the strip though. Real talk, you lie like Pinocchio. Let your nose grow, I knock it off. You can't even rhyme toss with the guard. Give a fuck about a bullshitter. I'll take a doodle in your member, and you will remember. I do it to the mirror, by my dolo, that's how it go, bro. On that strip, clockwork, fast will flow. Yo, I'm steady serious. Nah, I'm joking. 4, 5, 6 and make them scram like mice. 4, 5, 6 and make them scram like mice. 4, 5, 6 and make them scram like mice. Damn it, Curtis, nice. 4, 5, 6 and make them scram like mice. 4, 5, 6 and make them scram like mice. 4, 5, 6 and make them scram like mice. Damn it, Curtis, nice.
Men like this are being outlawed. There were no beds he couldn't handle. And there were no tight situations. He will never ride another riverboat. He's in a better place, where the gamblers are welcome. A place that is perfect. Cards and dice. People come and people go, and the bartender is often death's accomplice.